So, it's been 6 or 7 hours or so. We're gonna see how well, if these even pull out. I don't know, they might not. I don't know, we'll see. Let me get the garbage can over here. All right, let's see what happens. Let's try to pull this first one.
One down.
It seemed to work, right? That one was kind of a bitch, but hey, we got it. As soon as we get done doing this, we're going to kind of stir it up anyways. So, I don't know, it doesn't really make a huge difference right now if it kind of gives it that weird effect in between. We'll fix that. So, in line of that information...
Did you just rip your glove?
No, you get enough epoxy on your glove and it just kind of gets slippery. It's that hard to work with, so... That'll be a cool color mix right there.
Is that the transition color?
Yeah. That'll look pretty cool.
There's one more hiding back there.
Alright, now I'm going to get one more glove and I'm going to get a little screwdriver and stir it up and see what we got. I'm not going to stir it up a lot, just a little bit.
Can you explain what the tape was for? We had someone that asked.
The tape in between?
Yes.
It was just to separate the colors. Like if you want, go ahead and pan across all the colors and show them the actual like separation of the colors. That's what the tape was
we've
doing.
got the dark blue. We're going to light. Then we're headed to our ghost blue color.
And this pattern right now that I'm doing won't hold 100%, and I don't want it to, but it'll be super close. Alright, so that's pretty much what we got.
And then is there anything else?
No, basically we're going to wait right around another 64 hours or so almost 3 days. And then we'll be able to completely take it out and we'll put a little bit of clear on the top and then we'll actually finish it with this stuff here. Stuff called Rubio Monocoat. It looks really, really nice.
Okay.
That turned out
It looks so awesome.
pretty nice.
Okay.
We're going to stir these coasters as well one last time. 'Cause if not, the pigment will kind of sit there at the bottom. We don't want that. These coasters are going to match really nice to that table. So like I said, if anyone's interested in it, feel free. You get 3 free coasters with it.
Okay.
All right, we also have another table that we've been working on.
This is our carbon fiber table that we've been working on.
It's for another customer. We are super close to finishing it up right now.
Someone asked, how do you get dust, how do we make it a dust-free environment?
It's not 100% dust free. What I do, in a pour something like that, the dust means very little. It'll kind of sink to the bottom. You'll never even see it. If I was doing a 100% clear table, it would be totally different. I would make a 10.
So basically, color tables hide it better.
In this instance, I'm going to end up sanding this down afterwards. So if we get a little bit of dust in it, like right here, you can see where there's a really small imperfection. It's really not a huge deal. We'll sand it down and fix it later.
They want more neon screen time. There it is.
Okay. All right, so to be fair,
there's our baby that needs fixed.
We'll take the camera real quick. Here, for you people that are probably neon friends, here's my engine. It'll probably go in sometime. There's a transmission in the back of my Chevy Cruze right now. It's just, sorry, this kind of cool stuff just takes precedence over that kind of really dumb stuff.
Oh, you're funny.
Okay, so we're going to top coat this. I already did the math. It's 24 ounces. It's a different epoxy than what we used earlier. It's a tabletop epoxy, so it cures super quick, about 1 day. And it's also a 1-to-1 mixture, so same amount. We scuffed up the table, 220 grit. It looks really crappy right now, but it'll look super nice
scuffed up.
A little bit. I built a dam around this to try to aid in covering up the bumps of the carbon fiber table. We'll see if it works. 12, 20. I like to pour in the hardener first. So then
that's part B.
So then
of Wisebond. This
yep.
is Wisebond brand.
So I try to pour in part B first, then part A, so that way it coats the side of the cup and the bottom. So that way it's like I like to assume I get a slightly better mix that way. This is going to take a while to mix up. It's going to take about 4 or 5 minutes of me hand mixing it. So for that amount of time, I'm sorry, you're going to have to hear me like ramble on or do something stupid like that. We can show you a couple of our other projects we got going on. A couple of our tables we got almost all the way done.
Someone asked what grit of sandpaper will you do last?
Very last, it depends on the top coat that I'm using. If I use epoxy on the top coat, I use 220 grit. If I use something like Rubio Monaco, I also go up to 220 grit. If I use something like this Odie's oil, I can potentially go all the way up to like a 1500 grit. So it really just all depends on what I'm doing.
So while you're mixing, should we show them some of your other projects?
Some of the other things that we have in the works, some of the other wood pieces we got.
This is our total ghost blue table.
We used some of that color earlier in the table we just poured today, but that's a complete table. We casted the entire
It's totally
piece of
ghost
black walnut
blue.
in there. We got all the artwork up there. We got a bunch of canvases, so we're gonna start doing artwork.
This is all of our fun stuff.
For right around $50 to $75.
I'm showing off your Michigan sign, and we're in Florida now. We're there now.
Yeah.
We're in that state now.
We should have an arrow pointing somewhere.
Yeah. It's our fun stuff. How's the hand mixing going?
It sucks. I need like 12 paddles, but I only have one.
I'm supposed to talk about how you're going to outrun someone in the neon community, but I'm not going to name any names.
You're gonna be Joseph or Harry.
Oh my gosh, I'm done. You just guessed.
Well, it's only two people that seem to ever care about how fast my
That's
car is.
funny.
They care more than I do. Yeah, well, maybe when I actually stop doing this kind of stuff, I'll get my car and see, look, there's like the parts for it.
Pile of parts.
See?
We'll get there.
Someday.
We're almost done. Just collecting. Now, are you going to be spreading out the top coat with your hands for this table?
Yeah, more than likely.
Okay.
I enjoy playing in it. I might grab the trowel, probably not, because I don't want to get stuck in the tape.
Okay.
This will be a fun one, because we'll actually get to use the torch, like I had mentioned earlier. When you use the top coat like this, you'll have to use the torch to get bubbles out.
Yes.
We'll actually have to torch it probably about 3 times over a matter of about 15-20 minutes.
Should I real quick show off your other blue river table, side table? You have yet to finish that one up.
Yeah, that one's actually
That's
in the
our
works.
solid blue one.
That'll probably be finishing up. We'll probably do an Odie's or a Rubio Monaco reveal video on that when we do it. I think that'll
And
be
the
cool.
Rubio Monocoat, that is what the rainbow table is finishing, correct?
Yeah, that'll kind of give you an idea.
So
of
it's
what it
nice
looks like.
and
It's actually the
shiny
same wood.
and gorgeous.
This is the exact same wood as that.
We like to pace back and forth while you're mixing.
Okay, so that's probably good. If not, I'll fully regret it.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is just simply dump it on. It's really that simple. If you want to get like a little close up of how bright and shiny it actually gets when you start dumping it on, all the scratches go away and it starts looking super, super nice. All I really do is I kind of play with it with my hands. I mix it one last little time. I try to shove a lot of it to the center. Some people use a spreader and like a trowel and all that stuff. If you want to go waste your money on that, you know, hey, feel free. But my hand is absolutely free, so. So basically I just get it all the way towards the edge. That little dam will kind of stop it. Here in probably 2 hours, I'll probably come pull this piece of tape off. And at that point I'll let it run over the edge and hopefully it'll be nice and thick. And it'll actually cover a lot of the bumps of the carbon fiber. At least that's what we're going for. Doesn't work out that way, then oh well. It'll still look fucking awesome. So, we'll just kind of do this, and I have really light pressure on it right now. You'll kind of feel, you know, where high spots are and where low spots are, and just give it a good, nice mix. It'll self-level at an 1/8 inch anyways, or whatever it ends up being, right around an 1/8 inch. So, alright, let me peel my gloves off real quick. Okay, so all these little bubbles that you may or may not see with the really crappy live feed video.
Out of
should go away.
curiosity, really quick,
Yeah.
for mixing,
Mix it.
you mixed with the mixer before and then this batch by hand.
Yes.
Why do you
The only
switch it up?
reason I did that is because I am dirt cheap and I'm broke and I only have one mixer. So I didn't want to mix the other epoxy that is a long cure epoxy with this here epoxy.
Okay.
That's the only reason. If I had two of those paddles, I would have used it.
Okay.
It would have introduced more bubbles, but you can get those same bubbles out with this torch. So it would have made no difference. Okay, and someone was asking about an imperfection earlier. While I have control of it, you can use the light and you can see hairs like this little guy right here. And you can actually reach in there with like a pair of tweezers and you can pull out the hair. And it'll self-level back down. Be no big deal.
Yes, just steal your wife's tweezers.
Yeah, pretty much.
So she has no idea where they are to pull hairs out of the epoxy.
And then totally coat them with epoxy so she doesn't want to use them again.
That's hilarious.
You know, that's exactly how you do it. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. Let's take another look at this table, make sure it's doing good. I believe it was. Oh, yeah, that looks super cool. It's a really nice color transition right there. That'll end up looking cool. This one looks cool. I kind of want to blend that one. That looks a little too harsh for me. But let me get my little stirring utensil wherever I put it. I don't know where I put it, so we'll use those same tweezers.
How long of playtime do you have with it?
With this, probably about another 2 hours. So with this, probably 8 or 9 hours total. And I mean, that's like really kind of pushing it. After that, it gets like almost like a very, very cold syrup. It doesn't work real well. So, with that in mind, in about 3 days, we'll break that apart. Tomorrow morning, that'll be pretty hard. And yeah, we'll be back with a couple of reveal videos and whatnot.
Hey, Mom.
Oh my God, yeah, shout out to Terry. Fucking awkward, but alright, we'll go with that. Love you.
All right, see you guys soon.